Coach, what are your plans for naming a starter? When will you do that, and how are you handling that?
I don't think there's an exact timeline. That's the greatest thing about the game of football. Definitely want to, be able to work down the calendar-wise, I guess you'd say, by the end of 2 days. But we are going to critique it, make sure that's exactly what we want to get done, and Coach Cubitt and the offensive staff, of course, will make that decision. And hey, it's a great competition. We're very excited, and the kids are excited about it.
What has lunch shown you so far?
Capability to be special. He's got a very strong arm. I think when he's out there, he demands the respect. I think he's got a good mind for the game. It's a unique situation because each has their own, and Wes is definitely arm strength.
Do you think it matters to the players when you name a starter there?
No, I really don't, because our players, the way we've got it, Coach Cuba does a great job with this stuff, and we've always done it this way. But we'll split our practices up, so that we've got only an orange team in the morning, and then in the afternoon, or I guess it's early morning or early afternoon this year, and then late night or late afternoon we will have a blue team. So we'll take the wide receivers or the quarterbacks and rotate them. So the quarterbacks get to throw with all the receivers instead of just one group. So a Lunt and an O'Toole will practice with the orange on one day and then the blue on the other, so that they get to work with all the wide receivers, and the wide receivers get to work with them.
I know you said Bailey will stay at quarterback if he wants to stay there, but you use him in different ways, and what if he came to you and said, I'd be willing to do something else? Would that be something you'd explore?
Oh, there's no question. I mean, Aaron, we've talked about it, and Aaron wants to play quarterback, and I'm all for that, wanting to play quarterback. He's competing to be our starter. And, he does unique things. He's got great capabilities to run the football and do some other things that not all the other two quarterbacks really have. But he's going to play quarterback for us, and that's what he wants to do right now. But as we say, too, Aaron's a team player, so he wants to help this football team get better in any way that they can. And he wants to be on the field and make this team better, but he'll start a quarterback for us.
Coach, you had some good improvement from your first year to your second year, but how difficult is it to make that jump to be a serious contender for a conference title?
Well, I think it starts with belief. I think as we stepped on the football field last year, that would have been a little bit of the question that we had. As the game progressed, the belief got, hey, yeah, we can do this. And as you look at our games last year, we never started fast. We have to start faster than we did last year to keep ourselves in games. So I think I feel that belief from this football team, mainly because of experience, mainly because of they've been together. Mason can see the guys up in front of him, and he knows who they are. He can see the guys behind him, he knows who they are. Communication, all those types of things, I feel will make us a better and more confident football team.
And the defense struggled last year, so was it experience or inexperience, I should say?
I'm not going to, we have to play better. There's no question about that. And that's tackling, and that's breaking on the football. If you look at takeaways, the turnover ratio, who was number one in the country? Well, Florida State. So, and they just happened to, win the national championship. So those are things that we've got to get better at doing, and that's intercepting the football, because we only had 3 interceptions last year. So, I think it does have a little bit to do with youth, but I think it also has something to do with playing together. And now the corners and the safeties know one another because they have played together, and they do understand fits. The linebackers understand fits better, and so I expect us to be much better on defense.
What do you feel is going to be the biggest challenge going into the August practices coming out of that spring game?
I guess the biggest challenge is to progress each day like we've progressed so far. We set standards. Our players set goals, expectations for themselves. We challenge each other every day to get ourselves better, to continue that progression, continue that belief, continue the type of things that are going to get us ready for Youngstown State. But I'll tell you this, we as a football team will only be concerned with one team, and that's Youngstown State. We're not going to look ahead. We're not going to do any of that stuff. We understand that you have to win your first game. To win, you have to win number one if you want to win number one. So that's our number one game, and Youngstown State is very important to this football team.
Coach, you talk about goals. Is going to a bowl game one of your major goals?
We want to get better. Well, we won 4 football games last year. That's be darn close to getting ourselves to a bowl. I would love it for these players. I think they've worked extremely hard. Now we have to prove it. But to me, that's the reward for the hard work that you've had. And I would love to see them, there and playing somewhere in December or January.
Are you feeling pressure to get there with how the last 2 seasons are going, and how are you handling that?
Not really. I mean, this is a game of football. You always have pressure to win. I think we've made tremendous strides in what we call the image of the football team. From academics to community service to even on the football field, I think we played much harder. We're more of a disciplined football team last year. But we all know that the game comes down to wins and losses. So we're making our strides to get ourselves better. And as I said, we're going to play one game at a time. We're going to enjoy this year. We're going to play with great passion and be positive and do whatever we need to do so that these players can be successful.
Coach, what's the toughest part of the West defense? Once you get into Big Ten play, what is going to be the toughest part of the season?
That's Big Ten football. That's first and foremost. I mean, when I talk about this conference, I mean that this conference is a very physical conference. It's always has been, in my opinion. This is my opinion, but I think that will continue on the west side. You've got the likes of, we have to go to Nebraska, we have to go to Wisconsin. Those are 2 of the main teams on that west side. Not that, Minnesota comes to us and Purdue comes to us and Iowa comes to us. We have great home games, but we know that that side of the conference will be very, very physical. And in my opinion, you got to stop the power. I mean, you've got to be able to stop the power, and you got to be able to run it in the Big Ten.
No matter who starts at QB, how big of a jump do you expect the offense to make in their second year under Phil Cuban?
The expectation levels, as Bill's put it with our offense, is that we didn't reach the expectation level last year. We had great opportunity to even be better than what the strides that we made, but you maybe dropped the ball or maybe didn't make a play or missed a block. So I think if you talk to Bill and you talk to Simon and John, they'll tell you that, the expectation level is to be even better than what we were last year.
You talked about the bowls a little bit. As you open practice here in a week, do you feel like this is a team that could be bowl bound?
Well, no question, yeah. I do think that the way and the things that they've shown us as football staff, the way they've worked, and the way that they handle themselves off the football field, that they have the desire and discipline to have a great opportunity to make it to a bowl game.
What really sticks out about some of your early enrollees, guys like Mikey Dudek?
Well, first of all, I'll tell you that Mikey is a very competitive young man. I mean, from the first day when we were out there and I was teaching him how to catch punts, he went back to his room that night and worked on catching punts with his roommate. Just the technique of it. That speaks the desire for Mikey and what Mikey wants to be in his, in his career. The guys that have worked out this summer, I haven't seen them on football fields yet, but the Algaretti and Jihad Ward and Carol Phillips, just to name a few, all of them have done a great job. But those 3 have really stood out with their athletic ability and with the maturity that they have as young incoming players.